KaetheDoll. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. I'm so happy to see you again. So recently I had this experience that I wanted to come on my channel and talk about because not only did I take a lot away from it, I feel like a lot of people can relate to this in some way or another. So the other day when I got home to my apartment complex, I heard someone kind of like yelling and they was like clearly upset about something. So as I got closer, I realized that it was a guy snapping on his girlfriend. I'm assuming that was his girlfriend. I'm not sure. But a part of me was like, okay, this is not my business. But another part of me was like, okay, I need to be kind of like vigilant to make sure nothing escalates, because if something happens to this girl, I'm gonna feel like horrible, I'm gonna feel real bad. So I was thinking about that, and then as I got closer, I could hear the words that he was saying. And he was actually snapping on her for being ungrateful. Yeah, as weird as that may seem, he was snapping, like going in on her for being ungrateful, for complaining, for, just all the things along that line. So I'm actually overhearing this. And the way that I am about situations like this, I do not feel like it's by chance or circumstance that, I was hearing that conversation. I definitely feel like there's so many things that have to line up even for you to overhear something. I don't feel like it's just a coincidence, right? So I feel like there was a purpose for me to be hearing that. So he was going in on her and he was saying, like, apparently she had been working really hard to get a car. And once she finally got the car, she was unhappy with the quality of the car. Like, I guess it wasn't a super nice car. So she was literally having like a whole mental breakdown about the car being not as great of a car as she wanted or anticipated getting. So apparently this like really annoyed him, and some of the things that he was saying was like, oh my gosh. He was pretty much saying like, do you honestly think that you have sat here and prayed and prayed and prayed for a car and God has given you this car? Do you honestly think that the way that you're acting now is indicative of somebody who is grateful? Do you honestly think that you're looking like you're showing gratitude for God blessing you with this thing? Like, you're sitting up here bawling your eyes out. How dare you do that when you know the nights that you've spent asking God to provide for you, asking Him to give you a car, and now all of a sudden you're crying because you don't like the type of car that He blessed you with?
Message.
And I'm like, facts. Like, I didn't even know like these people. Probably I'll never see them again. Don't know who they are to this day. Don't know them from paint on the wall. But to hear that guy like so passionate speaking about God and like about the things that they've been working toward, and about how you block your blessings in the way that you receive them. Like, sometimes if something is bestowed upon you and you have a hard time being grateful or being, just accepting it, you can actually block another blessing, because God might be like, I did this for you and you didn't even appreciate it in a way that makes me want to give you what you really want. Like, I'm just trying to test out how you gonna act. Like, and a lot of the time, Christians, I am Christian. So, if you're not Christian, I'm sorry. This video is probably not going to be for you. But a lot of the time, like, Christians in general, we just talk about being tested, and we talk about like, God actually wanting us to live in abundance, and He wants us to pray, and He wants to provide everything that we're praying for. But also, you have to be in the season to receive it. So like, you have to be in the mindset, you have to be ready for gratitude, you have to be ready for evolution, you have to really prepare yourself for all of these things. And so sometimes we get so distracted in what we don't have, we can't stop, or we don't stop to look around and be grateful and thankful for what we do have. You know, you have to be grateful for a few things before you can get many or live in abundance. And the Bible says that loosely. That's a very loose I'm paraphrasing like really loose, but it does say that. So like the way that this guy was just really tearing into her, I really feel like I needed to hear that in a weird way. I feel like I needed to hear that you need to stop and look around and be like, wow, like I have made it to this point. Because a lot of us are always worried about the next thing. We're always trying to get the next accomplishment, or we're down on the next goal. When we write our goals down, like we accomplish one thing today and don't even stop to celebrate or thank God, or like, you know, anything, or really just pat ourselves on the back. And honestly, I'm like, I have to talk about this on my channel because I use my channel as like a diary, and you know, so I feel like other people can relate to the same things that I find value in. And I seriously found so much value in that guy because you can just tell like he was speaking from a place of passion. I'm hoping that it wasn't like an abuse thing. Hopefully, they ended up leaving, and I did like just check on her, make sure nothing crazy happened. But it seemed to me like they really loved each other. They're just experiencing like a time where they're not where they want to be. And so they're trying to put their heads together to pretty much evolve, like reach the next level. And it was just a point of frustration for him, for her to be breaking down about something as simple as not liking the type of car she was able to buy, instead of being like, oh my God, 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, 2 years ago, we wouldn't even be able to think about a car. And thank God that we've gotten to this place where we could work, and then we were able to buy a car. No matter what type of car that was, it's an accomplishment. So yeah, I just came to share that because I'm like, oh my goodness, that is such a great lesson. And it was a reason why I was able to hear that, like a lot of things had to line up to even be able to overhear that conversation. And I feel like it was definitely a purpose for me hearing that. So yeah, just stop and be grateful. And the quickest way to get blessed and to just be in a better headspace in general is to be grateful, to show gratitude, to really be happy with what you have, because you know for a fact that you're going to be able to reach the next level. You're going to have more. You just need to appreciate what you have right now, and then it's going to be easier to get more. Use what you have to get what you want. Okay? But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it helped you. I don't know who needed to hear that. I know that I did. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.